This is probably one of my favorite podcasts so far. It's very funny.
Too much work.
3, 2,
Oh yeah, wrap your thing around
1,
there.
go.
Wrap it.
You're hanging. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we on?
Yep.
Oh, wonderful. Welcome back. I'm looking a little white today.
You didn't get a chance to go in the tanning booth.
No tanning bed this week.
Yep.
No, but welcome back to the OTR podcast. We didn't have a Saturday cast this week. That's okay. We were busy. We were out running. I was filming some RC cars up in, or down in Lowell. Is that how you say it? Lowell. Sounds like that's how they would say it in Appalachia.
Sure. Yeah.
That's where we're at. So we were in Lowell filming, but we're back now with the big podcast. This is the big one. Got some heavy hitters this week. Not only Trevor, as always, but we have a very special guest with us. Exceptionally special guest. Tucker Rogers. Yay.
I think you're like underplaying like Josh when we had him on here.
Yeah, that guy.
Why did Josh not get a good introduction like this?
No, it was just, hey, this is Josh. Like, you're the first person he's ever done that to.
That is, it's true.
Dang,
Yeah,
blessed.
so honored. But yeah, Tucker, tell us a little bit about who you are, what you do, and a little bit of your background.
Well, for starters, my name's Tucker Rogers. I've been doing MMA for like 5 years. Been doing JiuJitsu for like 5 years. 3-0 in JiuJitsu, ranked number 10 in Ohio. I'm a one-time IBJJF champion. I'm a one-time combat sports champion, and currently ranked number 11 in IBJJF, which is the biggest jiu-jitsu organization in the world.
Yeah.
So, that's me.
I mean, pretty special guest. And I mean, if we're ever going to take our pivot into the Joe Rogan experience, we got to start bringing MMA guys on.
Yeah, we got to start labeling them too as like MMA podcasts.
Yeah, what does he call those? Are they just the MMA
I think it's like
podcast?
MMA podcasts or...
Oh, it's like I thought it was like the fighter podcast.
I know Brendan Schaub has like the fighter and the kid and all those. But
Well, that's his main podcast, but he'll have Below the Belt
like
is
Brendan
like his
Schaub?
just fighting one.
I don't listen to it.
Yeah, it's good.
I haven't listened too much to it, but I'll watch like
That's one of my favorite ones.
You like Brendan Schaub?
Oh, dude. From back in the day, too, when he was on Ultimate Fighter.
Oh, my God.
And he was all weird looking and shit. Do you not like Brendan Schaub?
No, I'm not a fan.
Oh, dude, I am for sure.
I'll never watch his podcast, but I watch like the clips of like when there's people on. Sometimes
Yeah, I like watching clips of him getting made fun of.
because he's so stupid. He doesn't have any.
I think that's why I like it.
Him and Trevor have a bond.
It's a JRE MMA show is what he'll first label him as, and then like number whatever.
Yeah.
Like his last one was 118 with Juliana Pena.
Well, before we do get going into this, make sure we tell the people where they can find us and where they can grab merch, right? Because merch right now, not a hot commodity. I mean, if 1 million people bought it, 1 million people are getting t-shirts. But this is your invite to the party. If you don't buy merch, or if you show up to the party not in merch, you won't get in. And that party will be in June. We haven't announced that date yet, but it's coming up. First party, like first annual OTR cast party.
Britt, if she finds that sweatshirt I gave her.
Hey.
That's it. That's
it right
there.
much.
Right
Yeah.
there.
Oh, yeah.
No, we've got
a few.
I could probably name them all. No, Aiden, I know he's got some, or at least his mom does.
Yeah, his mom definitely does. Yeah,
his mom's got some merch. Anthony Schwartz, he bought one. He bought a hoodie.
He's one of the ones you had coming on, didn't you?
Mm-hmm. Because he asked. I was like, yeah, man, like sure. He's got a hoodie. Stemmer's got a hoodie.
I should have knew Stemmer would.
Deb Charleston, she bought one.
There you go.
She bought a shirt. She's invited to the party.
Who's Deb Charleston?
She's like 80, give or take. You don't know who Deb Charleston is?
I don't know.
She's like the goat of like Meadowbrook support.
Oh, okay.
She's like
Oh,
the
dude,
mom
that
of
makes sense.
basketball
Okay.
Yeah.
At Meadowbrook.
I bet you I know who that is now. Thinking
yeah.
about that. Okay.
Yeah, she gave me a little stick with toilet paper on it for my senior night.
Wow,
I was never a basketball player, so like I didn't know the crew that always like showed up there.
And then Caden Whaley, forgot him. He's got a hoodie or something on the way. He's also got a clothing brand now he's working on called Lit.
Okay, I was gonna say, is he the one that was messaging on there?
Yeah, so we're gonna do a little collab with him at some point. But yeah, after tell them where they can find us real quick, and then we'll dive in.
You can find us on Instagram at otr.pod. You can also find us on YouTube. That's the most preferred one. I assume that's what you're listening to us on now. And that is OTR Cast. You can also find us on Spotify or anything else that you want to find us on and listen to. Same thing, OTR Cast. And then also the merch site that we've been talking about where you can get this sick-ass hoodie. That would be otrcast.shop.
That's it, and links in the description. So,
and on Facebook. We're on Facebook.
Oh,
as well.
we are on Facebook now.
I always forget about that one.
That is, yeah, and it's OTR Cast as well. We're up to like 400 followers on there. So,
oh yeah.
But Facebook followers, YouTube followers, a lot different. But we're getting there, thanks to our Facebook listeners. But no, let's dive in. So, Tucker, I mean, we're not going to interview you, but
yeah,
we are. We're going to ask questions. So, how'd you get started into the jiu-jitsu and all the martial arts per se?
I wasn't good at basketball, and I was always in the wrestling room. After basketball practice, I would go right into the wrestling room. I was always wrestling. They said I should wrestle, never did. And then started doing jiu-jitsu at like sophomore year, like right at the beginning. And then I just never stopped, just hooked immediately. Yeah. And a real love for combat, to be honest. Like wrestling, jiu-jitsu, kickboxing, Muay Thai, boxing. I'd fight any of them, to be honest. So
did you start... I forget, did you start wrestling after a certain amount of seasons, or did you never wrestle at that school?
I've never wrestled in my life.
Really?
No.
Okay, that's cool. That's interesting, because I feel like a lot of people would transition from wrestling, even like, I feel like a lot of people start super young, right? Like 10 years old. Like I always see like little 10-year-olds and younger than that, like in jiu-jitsu, like going to the martial arts schools and everything.
It's like GCW or GWC, something like that. There was a little kids like club team.
Guernsey County Watershed. I'm just kidding.
I don't know. I remember it was like G something. GWC is what I feel like it was, but there was like 4 and 5 year olds, like really little, and they're wrestling against other like 4 and 5 year olds, but like they were always consistently pretty good. Like that guy, he was good.
Yeah, I feel like
I can't remember.
It's like one of those things that like you're either naturally good at or you grow up in it, like one of those sports, like gymnastics or like something like that. So like you must, like obviously you're naturally good at it. Like you're ranked number 11. Is that nationwide?
Yeah.
And so I was reading up a little bit. You just had your first professional fight?
I had my first professional jiu-jitsu competition, which you have to sign it for them to be able to give you money, pretty much. Mm-hmm. So that's pretty much all it meant. I mean, I thought it was going to be a big step up in competition because of pro, but it wasn't.
It's still a big step, though. I mean,
it was nice to be able to say it, though, and to be officially a pro athlete. It's kind of nice.
Yeah, right. So he's still doing way better off professionally, like athlete-wise, than what we are.
Right. Oh, I'm just kidding. I couldn't do any of that.
I was like, we'll see you at the Reebok games, but like, you really want to say that?
No, I'm just messing with you. But so one thing I was thinking about too was like that, like the competition aspect and like the mental toughness that comes with it. Like, how is that? Like, I hear people like complain a lot, and I know Britt thinks I'm calling her out, but I'm not. But she complains a lot about her body. She was playing volleyball a couple days ago, and she was real sore because she doesn't work out very much. Like,
she doesn't move.
We're trying to get her into the gym.
Y'all really calling her out.
You really are. Oh my god.
Britt, show me your wrist. It's bruised.
I don't want to.
That's okay. You don't have to. But we're not being mean to her. Like, we're trying to get her into the gym, not for any reason, but like she just like, we want to get her strong. She's like,
just to better her own.
This is it right now.
Her own physical health.
She walks like this.
I do not.
I've caught you walking like that at least 5 times since we said it.
I saw you the other day struggling to pick up a newspaper. All right.
That's not true.
But it's like, I'm leaving. She just leaves.
You guys suck.
He's out there double handing a Febreze bottle to set it off the other day. I saw it. All right. The grip strength's not there.
All right, we'll stop calling you out. But it wasn't her. It's funny because I thought about that and I was like, maybe that. But I wasn't even thinking of you when I said that. But there was just like, I know there's people out there that like what level do you have to get to mentally to go and like fight and like perform at a good level?
For MMA, as soon as you sign a contract, it's hard to sleep. Like the month leading up to it, the 2 weeks leading up to it. I mean, I've taken fights on 2 weeks notice, and I hardly get any sleep. Not only that, but you always psych yourself out. It's just like for if we were lifting weights and like say I lift close to you, which obviously I don't, but let's just say for this instance I do. And like you're just going to train all night long every day until you can lift more weights than me, because that's just what type of person you are, and that's what type of person I am. So like you just overtrain all the time. So I mean, there's your injuries thing. Like that's where you get all your injuries, and like I mean, being mentally tough is like a huge part of it. But
massive part.
Normally, once I sign the contract for an MMA fight, a couple of nights of no sleep, a couple of nights of overtraining way too hard. My brother and coaches smack me around, get your shit together, and we kind of just put a game plan together and just start working on it from there. And as the game plan evolves, like hitting mitts, sparring, whatnot, the confidence just rises. You get more sleep, you get better sleep, you eat better, your training starts getting better, and then before you know it, you're fucking just ready to get after it. Yeah. And by the time competition comes around, you're just ready to go.
Right. Oh, what's that like? I don't even know if you'll be able to compare it to something, because like obviously I've never like been like in a fight or like in like a competition like that. Like what's that like energy level like walking into the event?
When I first started, as I was fighting MMA, it was like I wanted to be as hype as possible, and I was like always having my coaches slap my chest and as I walked in so that I could get more hype, because I was always somewhat calm. And as I've competed more in jiu-jitsu, I've learned that the best way to win is just to be calm, because like when the shit that I do in the gym, I'm not going crazy. I'm just like doing my own thing and having a good time and having fun with my friends. So it'd be silly not to go into competition with that same mindset. So like I never call it a fight, even an MMA fight or a jiu-jitsu fight. It doesn't matter. I always just say competition. Yeah. Just because like
they actually
you don't want to psych yourself out.
They show like where you have the best performance on like a mental aspect going up to something like that, or just I guess it could be anything physical. But like if your arousal level with it, like, or you're like hype in this sense.
Sorry.
Just because I said arousal.
That was a funny
That's
word.
the word that they use for the scale. Yeah. But like if it's way too high, then like your performance is actually going to drop, or like if it's too low, your performance isn't going to be as great. You want to find like that almost medium point, or like that calmness in it. So that way you're like still super into doing what you're going out to do, but you're not like overamped to where now you're just not thinking at all and you're just going like purely off instincts. Like if that makes any sense. Like with street fights or something, I would assume with 90% of people or 99% of people, they're going to go at it way too crazy. And like that seeing red bullshit that everybody always talks about.
And then after a minute or two, you see these street fights with kids. Like you remember back in the day watching a couple here or there, I'm sure. But like it'd be like a minute and 30 seconds long. And you're like, is that it? Are you guys going to keep going? You're like, I'm done,
I'm
bro.
tired, man.
I'm tired, yeah, right.
My cardioing
burn themselves out so fast.
It wasn't your cardio. Like, you were just being a doofus.
You just use way too much energy way too fast.
So like being efficient obviously helps. And like you said, like keeping your levels just right at a good medium pace. Like you do want to be hyped to a certain extent. Like, you know, you want yourself to be loose. You ain't want to be tight right out of the car. But like, you also don't want to be so crazy that when you get in there, it's a minute and 30 into the match and you've been holding the Darce choke the whole time and your fucking arms give out and then you're like,
now what?
Yeah. What do we do now?
Now I can't like stop him doing anything.
Right.
Now I can't
I'm
throw
stuck.
anything else in.
Well, I think that's kind of like that's RJ's approach. He said on the last podcast too, to like PRing lifts.
I think with PR and lifts, it'd be...
That's way different, I feel like.
It's
just
a lot
because
different.
It's so
didn't
quick.
he say he was going in like super calm and like...
He was calm to an extent. Like, so as soon as he actually walked onto like, if we're talking about the 905, because I got to see like the entire like preparation leading up to him doing it.
Mm-hmm.
He sat down for probably close to 10 minutes, I would say, of like chilling. Just sitting there finding like music that he wanted to listen to leading up to it, to like, I would assume keep his hype up. Once he walked on the platform, it was a whole different like look to him. Like he was ready to murder what was in front of him, and grips a hold of the bar and then rips it off, and now you're done. Like it's completely done after that. With a fight like him, like what he's talking about with throwing in a choke for 45 seconds or a minute and a half, whatever it would be, sitting there trying to hold
draining.
Yeah, it's going to drain the fuck out of you.
Yeah.
And you got to like pace yourself a lot more than what you would if you were doing just a static lift right there from start to finish.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
Like, you can prep yourself to, like, hold the chokes and hold the body locks, you know, and hold the back and do all these things. Like, you can prep yourself by holding certain lift points, and I have, like, a dummy that you choke for 2 minutes. You know, if you can hold a choke on that for 2 minutes as tight as you can, you would assume that in competition. But not when your adrenaline spikes. Because, like, I have had jiu-jitsu competitions, because I am still young here as of recently, where I've just kind of lost it just a bit and then got my head a little off center, and then next thing you know, I'm like a minute into the match and I was like dead tired. But I'm normally the guy in the gym that can go forever.
Yeah. That's
So,
kind of, yeah. I mean, I could see that. I know that's like, it would be similar, I guess, is like when you're training for any sport and then you get to like the first game or something and you're like, oh, let's go, like basketball or whatever it is, and you're like hyped or like running down the court, and then you're like, holy fuck, I'm out of shape.
I'm out of shape.
But that's kind of what's something like when you're maybe in the first few competitions you've had or whatever it might be, were there things that you get into the competition and you're like, oh, I wasn't ready, or like, what is that? Like, I wasn't ready for that. Like, I didn't expect this at all. Or like, what's something that like caught you off guard your first few fights?
Nothing my first few fights, because you don't know what to expect, and especially for me, I'd never wrestled. I had gotten into a couple of smoker boxing matches. I am 2-0 in boxing. It's like some crappy little smoking boxing matches.
Yeah,
but
it's still boxing, man.
Right. But in those, I didn't know what to expect, so nothing surprised me. Or maybe everything surprised me. So it just all seemed, it all was coming so fast. And then as I did jiu-jitsu the first couple of times, once again, it was like that same thing. I think everything surprised me that was happening, how aggressive the dudes were, because like I was 17 when I started, so I grappled teens in the beginning. But like I grappled a teen for my first match, and then I went up to the men's division the same day, and this was my first competition, and like just the intensity was crazy. But then like for my pro debut, the first kid I went against was 17 years old. Like, that's surprising. And then like grabbing a hold of him and stuff, and it's so hard to explain like what surprises you and what doesn't surprise you, because like everything surprises me. Everything surprises me. Dude's double-legging me off my feet as soon as the whistle blows. That shit surprises me. But like, it's not like I haven't prepared for it 1,000 times. It's not like somebody hasn't double-legged me off my feet 1,000 times in training. And just like, you know, at just particular match, I got double-legged, like the whistle blew, and he double-legged me off my feet and threw me in an arm triangle for like a minute and 32 minutes, somewhere in that area. I mean, held it, squeezing the piss out of my neck. And we stood up, and like, I guess that's surprising, but like, I've been there so many times.
And yeah, you just training wise, you just go through so many cycles of the same thing. And then, but then I guess it is like training with anything, you can train for everything, but then as soon as it's real, right, it's like, holy fuck, like it's a whole different animal.
I feel like thinking about the double leg right off the whistle, like what you're talking about.
Oh, dick move.
Yeah, it's annoying as shit.
Oh yeah.
And if like people are good at doing it, that you really can't tell they're going to do it beforehand. Like, it just kind of looks like they're in almost like a relaxed stance, and then they fire off so fucking fast, and you're like, oh shit, and you know they already got you.
That's what happened.
Yeah,
that's what happened.
It's the shittiest thing to happen, and then you just hate that person the whole rest of the time. But what I was actually going to ask you about it was, do you ever do like any? I don't want to call it like scouting, but I know like when we were in wrestling, we would kind of watch like other people that were in our weight class being like, okay, this is what they tend to go and do. Or maybe they're really good at doing like a hip toss or some shit like that, or a double leg, and just kind of like watch for that to know how they're going to try to set something up.
I did, until you start guys and you're like, God damn, he's got a good left hand. God, he's got a good right hand. And then you're like, he's got a good high kick. You know, he can really double leg somebody. Then you forget that like you can do all those things. You psych yourself out, you overtrain, you hurt yourself. I mean, like I've been through the cycle so many times that like, even though I'm young in my career, I've kind of almost got it down to a T to where I'm not like killing myself during training or psyching myself out. So back to that point is like, I don't watch anybody anymore. They sign, names come through my phone, I sign contracts and I send them out and I show up. Pretty much.
So you don't look at like tendencies they have or anything like that?
Shit. I don't look at records. I don't look at names. I don't look at Instagrams. I don't look at nothing. We just show up and we just fight. Because like, what else? We're going to fight anyway. I'm going to fight him regardless. Regardless of if he's 10-0 or 10-1, or if he chokes everybody unconscious, or I mean, at this point, like for MMA wise, I'm just looking for fights, so I'll just take kind of whatever. And for jiu-jitsu wise, you signed up for the tournament, so like I'll see you then.
Yeah.
So like, do your coaches at all do anything like that, and just kind of like factor that into the,
No.
I guess, whatever it would be, like the program that you guys have of like, maybe they're really good at their ground game or something, so you guys are working on ground stuff a lot more maybe for like that training program.
Like a camp.
Or camp. The camp, thank you. That's what I was
That's
trying to
what
think
you're
of the
looking-
whole time, and I was like, I can't
Like a
think of what that
training
word
camp.
is.
I'm in like a training camp all the time because
Yeah.
I'm young in my career, and
And you
I'm
just
21,
you just
so,
want
like,
fights.
right.
Like that's the
so like the whole goal is to just be ready all the time. Like I just had my pro grappling debut, and then they're getting ready. I come into the gym, and my coach is like, "You want to grapple March 27th?" Yep.
Yeah.
And then like, you know, and always stay ready, because if somebody asks me to take a MMA fight in between there, I'll do it.
Yeah.
I don't really mind short notice, because I'm always ready, and because I don't look people up. So like, it doesn't really matter if they're a wrestler or if they're a striker, because like, I'm just gonna assume, and we'll just call it good confidence, that I'm better than everybody that I'm gonna fight on the ground.
Yeah.
So
That's
the
the best way
only
to look
thing
at
that
it.
I can work on is my striking. Continue to grapple, of course,
Mm.
and continue to do what
Oh, yeah.
I've done. But like, when say I get a fight and we're like a week or two out, I'll just hammer on the striking. Continue with my same grappling pace, but really hammer on the striking, because like, nobody's gonna out grapple me. Highly doubt it.
Yeah.
I mean, hope. Hopefully not.
Yeah. Right. What's like getting into that scene? Were there any like barriers or like things that like you like really had to overcome to get into the the jiu-jitsu, into that, other than just getting better at it?
I'm scared to lose.
Yeah.
Like terrified. Like I actually didn't want to compete for a long time because I was so scared to lose. And like same thing with MMA. I fought once in MMA, and then I liked that 1-0 so much that I was like, I just
keep
won't
it.
fight again. Like, fuck it. But then I fight again, and now I'm to the point where I can't really find fights. But the other point is like, I forget what I was saying. Forget what you asked me, actually.
Something about barriers, like barriers.
Oh yeah,
to
if
getting
you had to
into.
overcome any barriers
Oh.
to like to get into it.
Yeah, that was just being scared to lose.
Yeah.
And like, as I get farther into my career, I find that it's easier to compete more and more, because I'm, not that I have like lost a whole bunch, because I haven't, but it is getting easier to compete as I watch guys like that are way better than me lose. It's like everybody loses.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
So like, I'd say that's the biggest barrier for me, was scared of competition, but not because of who it was, or scared of getting hurt or getting choked out. It was just, I fucking hate losing. I hate losing, just like the next guy hates losing.
Yeah.
Now, you said, like, I mean, this is off camera, so we were just like bullshitting and whatnot beforehand, but you started doing a little bit of wrestling like now,
Mhm.
since you've been doing like the MMA stuff and whatnot, getting ready for it. Do you find it was like not crazy hard to transition into learning wrestling, since you did, like, you had that extensive BJJ background?
Well, I'll tell you what, however, like jiu-jitsu and wrestling are both on the ground,
Mm.
so different. And like you said, you did both. You obviously know they're really different.
I had such a hard time trying to get myself to be okay with being on my back.
Right. That's what everybody says.
I fucking hated it. I felt like, like the memes of like the turtles being on their back and they're stuck. That's what I felt like. 'Cause I was like, I'm not supposed to be here. I should not be here.
Yeah.
But like a lot of wrestlers, they hate that feeling so much, they'll try to get up so hard that they'll end up giving up their back. But
Mhm.
like transferring into wrestling was like, it was kind of hard, because like I had gone into wrestling practice, and I had like Abe Frizzell was really good when we were in high school.
Oh, yeah.
Terry Gates was really good. They were also two of my good friends, and we wrestled all the time. We wrestled at the mats at my house. We wrestled after school. We wrestled all the time. So like having those two, growing up with them, I mean, that had to have helped a little bit, because they
Yeah.
taught me everything they knew.
Mhm.
And they were both funky, and they both had two completely different styles. So I picked up what I liked from this guy and picked up what I liked from this guy, and I worked with them both for about like 2 years apiece. So that's 4 years of wrestling. And then
From what I can remember about Abe, was he was like a really bad cat wrestler. Not bad, meaning like he wasn't good at it. I meant like
yeah,
it was
bad
annoying
wrestling.
to go against him because he was a cat wrestler. And for those of you that don't know, cat, like usually they're knees are down on the mat. They're a lot lower to the mat, and they can just do some
Almost
weird,
in like
funky
a
shit.
lineman stance type deal.
Kind of, yeah. It's funky as shit, and it is so annoying to go against. But luckily, he was 100 pounds when we were in
You
high
could deal
school.
with him.
Yeah, so I could just like throw him. Like it didn't matter. I was like 60 pounds heavier than him all the time.
Well, now that you're getting into the professional scene, and this may be a no, but is there are you on that track to look for like sponsors, or are you looking for like income to go to different places, or are you trying to pretty much grassroots everything?
I mean, I got like local sponsors around here, of course,
Yeah.
but homegrown as they come. I mean, I train out of my garage. I don't go to anywhere big. I go to a big place to spar, but like as for my striking knowledge, like it comes from my brother who's never done any striking at all. He just studies, and we just love the sport, and we love it together. And like we've learned and grow so much that like
Don't have to be a good athlete to be a good coach.
yeah,
Yeah.
But
It's true.
it's so true. But as for sponsors and stuff, just local things.
Yeah, well, I just want to mention that because we have a lot of people that watch. So
You want to shout out the gym you go to?
Oh yeah, my gym is 10th Planet Newark. I go to another gym in Pittsburgh. It's Stout Henzo Gracie, and there's a bunch of good baby weights up there. That's what we call ourselves, 145 and below. Shout out to all those dudes.
yeah,
I feel like I heard it on Josh's podcast, but I could be wrong. Isn't 10th Planet, I'm sorry, under Eddie Bravo?
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Mm.
I just wanted to make sure I was getting that right in my mind.
We actually went up to LA this past summer and hung out with him and did jiu-jitsu for like a whole week. We just trained hung out in LA with Eddie Bravo in his penthouse. It was pretty.
yeah, that's why
Yeah.
can't beat that, right?
I mean, made me feel bougie for like a day or two.
Yeah. Oh, that's the best. We went to Las Vegas this summer, and some guy, he's like the local guy, but business owner, and he's like, yeah, we're renting like the penthouse and all this stuff. And I was like looking around, and like we got in this place. I was like, where's my room? He's like, oh, there's like 20 rooms in this thing. And you're like, this is awesome. Like you feel so cool, like hanging out.
You just go there for vacation?
Yeah, we were just vacationing.
Business related?
No, none, no business at all. I just was there. It was, if you could get anything out of it, it would have been, I was hanging out with these guys that own these businesses around town.
Okay.
Outside of that, we built good relationships from it, but it was just a lot of fun.
I know I've brought up the cruise for like every one of my out of the state stories, but that was the only time in my life I ever felt like I was rich, is because when we get off that boat, the places we were at was like so poor that like $5 was a lot.
Oh yeah.
Like $60 got me all the food and drinks I wanted
Where
at
was
this one
this?
place.
Was this Caribbean?
Yeah, Royal Caribbean.
Or like was that where the cruise was? Was like in that area?
I guess, I don't know.
Yeah.
We went.
I don't know. They just put me
we
on a
went to,
boat,
like-
man. I have no idea.
We went to like Honduras.
Yeah.
We went to a couple different places in Mexico.
Well, that is the craziest part about getting out of the country.
Yeah.
Like I went on a mission trip in like 2018 or something like that. We went to Guyana, whatever you want to call it. And hey, Britt, yeah, I read like my whole journal about it to her one night.
I'm so sorry for you, Brett. God,
We had
That must
nothing
have been
better to do.
awful.
Nothing
We were
better to do.
stuck here. We had nothing better to do.
Yeah.
I'm sure there was something better, and that's watch videos.
I can imagine like 15 things offhand that would have been
Oh,
better to do.
yeah.
You could have easily
Oh.
untangled these wires down here.
Hey, no, they literally, that's the thing. We clean this, not clean, but like we move everything like every like
A
2
lot.
days. And so I'm just like, they're set up. But no, so we went down there, and it's like, it puts everything into perspective. Like even like this is a poor area in the United States, like it's Appalachia, Ohio, but like to go down there, like they're like, here's your like where we're keeping you. It's the best place we have in town. It's just like a little schoolhouse, and you're like in a bedroom, and like your bed has a net over it so you don't get like Zika virus and like what's the other one? Malaria. Like you can get malaria if you get bit and all that stuff. So it's like, man, like
What are you
that's
shaking
just
your head
crazy.
for, Brett?
I wasn't
Because you're having to read through. Or,
Yeah.
She's like, oh my gosh.
PTSD from
Yeah.
his journal.
No, it was a good journal. There were like one or two good quotes in there, and then the rest is just like me.
I just like I fully remember. See, I don't know what to do with my hands now. You got me thinking about it. I fully remember one of the places we were at in Mexico. We stopped at this bar, and this is like we walked from the cruise line to like the beach. So on our way back, I was like, I'm going to stop at this bar. So I stopped, and I was getting a beer, and I was like, how much is it? And they told me in pesos, and I was like, I have no idea what that is. So I gave them, I think it was like two $1 bills I had, and they gave me change back. And I was like,
Wow.
how much was this? And, you know, like I'm trying to figure it out in my head of like how much they gave me back. So I was
You
like,
gave him so much money.
Yeah. They're like, whoa, sir.
well, what I was
Like,
thinking
you want to go to
was-
the back? Is that what you're asking?
What I was thinking was like bars around here, like even on the cruise line, they were more than $2.
When I think cheap bar, I think Wagon Wheel, and it's like a $2 beer.
Yeah. So they gave me change back, and I was like, huh. So I was like, can I get another one? And they were like, yeah. And I gave them all the change back they gave me.
And they gave it all back to you.
And I still had change back. I was like, how does this work? I was like, this is great. I could bring a 5 in here and get just slaughtered.
No, that's my next trip I want to make is to Belize. And it's just Belize. It's
I have
down.
no fucking idea where Belize
I know.
is.
I was trying to reference it for you. It's down.
Oh.
So, it's like Central America.
Thank you.
But what's so cool about it is you can go there and it's an English it's some province. So their national language is English. So like you don't have to like be like, what's that sign say? Or like, you know, like you can read all the road signs. You can drive like your car, like you, not your car, but you can drive a car down there. But everything converts like 2 of their dollars is 1 here. So like if something's $10, you give them $5 US and they'll take it. So it's like so convenient because you can just take US dollars and you don't have to be like, go exchange it and do all this and do all that. And it's like, it's pretty, and it's Central America. Like it's warm. It's a nice little area. It's up and coming, to put it that way.
You ever been outside of the country?
Yeah, a couple of times. I've been to Mexico. I mean, don't tell me what part, because
No. Yeah. Hey, I just said the places that they told me I went. We could have been, you know, in just South Texas for all I know.
I've been to Mexico
South
twice. Once when I was like 12. I went scuba diving.
Ooh.
Blew my eardrums out.
Oh yeah, you wouldn't clearing your ears, wouldn't
No,
regulate.
I was clearing them too much, and I blew my own
okay,
eardrums
okay.
out. Never again.
Ugh.
So, you know, Mexico, not my thing.
Gotcha. Nothing wrong
Maybe
with
it's just scuba diving.
yeah. Let's not just count the whole, you know.
No, Mexico, the second time, though, I was like 19 or 20, so it worked out. It was a good time.
Yeah. Now, and that's the thing too, is in other countries, like the legal age is 18 to do a lot of
Right.
stuff.
That's when you go from like a green wristband to a purple wristband. You can get all you can eat or all you can drink.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All you can
I was like, all you can eat. I was like, I'm pretty sure you could do that under 18. I was positive for that.
Oh, no, that's that. Yeah, getting out of the area it's nice for a little bit, but I find that, and I don't know if it's the same thing with what you're doing, but I find getting away, or like even if it's, for example, going out and hanging out with Eddie Bravo or something like that, if you get away for a little bit and then come back, it like refocuses you on, like, at least me, like I get like if I sit in here for like 5-6 months at a time, I'm like the 5th month I'm just sitting here, I'm like, this is horrible, like I can't focus on anything, I can't edit anything, and then I'll go to like film like Adam down in the Gulf Coast or something, and it's all his stuff, but then when I get back here I'm like, all right, now I'm ready, like I'm ready to actually get shit done again.
You kind of get like a taste for like where you want to be at or something like that.
Yeah,
Of where you want to maybe
No.
progress.
maybe.
I mean, I wouldn't even say like you get complacent, because you really don't get complacent, because you want to continue to do your
Right.
thing and like level up and get better. So like, I guess every once in a while, just getting out and about, and like,
Yeah.
you train so much and you have like 2 or 3 big jiu-jitsu tournaments or maybe an MMA fight or 2, and you're like, fuck, I just need to get out.
You just need
I
like a
suppose that's
change
true.
pace.
Yeah.
Is
But,
there like a season, or is it pretty much I mean, obviously you could fight any time.
February is the only time the MMA is not going on.
Okay.
And jiu-jitsu is like also pretty not going on in February, I
Okay.
think. It might be January.
Is there like a prime time?
January or
then?
February, one of the two. There's not a whole lot of jiu-jitsu going on. But I can't say February because at the moment it's booming. I think it's January is the month. There's like 1 month out of the whole year where there's like not very much combat sports going on. I'm
Mm.
not sure why.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I feel like anytime that I don't see it, it's just because I'm not like trying to, like I'm not trying to buy like the UFC Fight Pass or something like that. Like I'm usually watching it on YouTube anyway. It doesn't matter. I was watching it today actually when he walked up
Yeah.
to me.
So is there like is there someone not you would but like are there guys like you look up to?
100%.
Like yeah, like who are some of those people and like what like are you like yeah, Trevor? It's Trevor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to be able to lift a lot of weights and be bald.
Just had it there shading me being bald. All right.
We can do one of those things for you right now. Get the clippers.
I don't need anybody's help.
I wasn't talking about the
We'll just keep
lifting.
that on.
But no, who's some guys like you like look up to or you're like, that's like, is there anyone that got you into it that you were like, man, like they're the reason like I wanted to like start doing this?
Man, I wouldn't necessarily say that. I had done so many team sports, and that shit just did not work out. But I was an athlete, and like
Relying on
it's
other
hard
people.
to say. It's hard to like tell yourself you're good enough and continue to get put down, and then be like, oh well, it's the coach. It's the coach. It's the coach. How many coaches is it?
Mm-hmm.
Are you just not good anymore, or is it the coach? You know. So then like you get into a sport where it's just 1-on-1, and then like
And then you're like, it was
doesn't
the
matter.
coach.
My coach doesn't matter now.
Yeah.
Like he can be there and help me, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But like.
I like that. I think that's kind of cool. I think that's why I like lifting. I mean, I'm not competing, but like
But
I
it's
know.
all you,
Yeah, right. It's like I'm fighting myself essentially, like to get better
100%.
versus like a team sport. Like you have to like they might not like you, they might favor people. Yeah, I get
Which
that.
I mean, it's gonna happen with like team sports.
That's why
all the
Trevor exclusively runs the kids in track that are all at least 6'5".
What do you mean? Like
I don't know.
punish them?
I was no.
'Cause I punish
You
all the kids equally.
just so everyone knows, Trevor does pick favorites.
I think like regardless, you're always gonna have. No, I'm not gonna try to like sidestep.
I'm just kidding.
You're always gonna have like, I would say as a coach, you're
I
always
guess
gonna
we
have
do
people that
yeah.
like, yeah, you gel better with, or you just
Right.
naturally get along with better, or you like them more. But it's making sure you're still treating them the same as what you're treating everybody else.
Right.
Like you're not just being like, all right, hey, you're one of my favorite kids. Like you're not gonna do the burpee broad jump suicides that I'm gonna make the rest of the kids do. Like you had like take a load off. You're good.
So take a load off.
Yeah, get you a drink. Do something.
Yeah, I don't know. That was the thing I found with like high school sports around here. It was just a lot of like, I don't know.
Say it.
There's a lot of favoritism.
There is.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
So you see it and you're like, what am I gonna do? Like you're 16, 15 years old. Like, what are you gonna do about it? Like, you can train and get better, but at some point you can only train so much before they either A, give you a chance, or B, don't. Right? Like,
I mean, you could also like say something to the coaches that you notice that do it, and that can go one
as
of
a
two
kid?
ways.
Right.
Oh yeah, that can go one of two ways. I tried them.
did you?
Yeah.
Trevor's out like, Coach.
I had sit down with
He
coaches.
said,
Oh, you sat down with some coaches?
Oh yeah.
I also sat
Couple
down with some
different
coaches.
times, yeah. I was like,
It
this is
didn't work out.
bullshit. Yeah. One of them did not work out at all. One of them didn't work out, and then we had to have another meeting because it didn't go well at all. And then, we just kept arguing the whole rest of the year. And then I was like, all right,
Same.
Yeah.
deuces, man.
yeah, no, I see. That was my problem. Was I was non-confrontational. I was just like, I was just there to be there. But at the same time, even, I mean, I'll go like even in baseball, like I was okay at baseball. I was pretty good. Like 9 years old, like till I was like literally into high school. I said that. So I was playing third base. Like that's my spot. That's what I do. That's what I'm here for. Like, just let me swing a bat and play third base. That's all I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was, and when I was 9, I was playing. I guess before like they split Little League up. Like I was playing 12-year-olds. I was out
Felt
there.
like a badass.
Yeah, dude. I was literally. I was on. Did you play Little League? Either of you?
I did, yeah.
Hard.
Who'd you guys play for? What team?
Byesville Red Sox.
Were you Byesville?
Yeah.
Okay.
Who'd you play for?
I was also Byesville Red Sox.
Yeah. I was
Represent.
the Senegalville Indians
You said
until.
present.
But I just
Timothy.
remember our like
Present.
my 9-year-old year. I was like we had like it was a full team of 12-year-olds, and so we started. What is it? 8? Yeah, we started 8 12-year-olds and me. I was just like this little dude, like 5 foot nothing, like standing there, like they're like, what the fuck's that guy doing over there? I'm like, oh, you wait. And so I was good. Like I was good at baseball. And then I get to high school. We had no seniors. We had like 3 juniors, maybe. No, we had 3 sophomores and like 2 juniors. So we had a clean slate to like really, and like 6 freshmen. We had a clean slate to start building a team for like 2 years later, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where am I? I'm like right field, like right field, left field. Like, and it wasn't like we started 6 freshmen that year. So we went like 2-20. Like we were bad. I'm like let me play there. Let me like get some experience. And then so I ended up playing outfield my whole baseball career, and that what a wreck.
What position did you play? Do you remember?
Shortstop, center,
Oh,
first base.
So he was good. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, damn.
Oh, okay. He's still going.
I played like all
Running back, quarterback,
second base,
Everywhere.
left, right, third. No,
Have you ever seen that guy? I can't remember his name, but like he has the goggles on and he walks up and he's like holding the football and they're like, they're saying what positions they play. And he's like running back, quarterback, lineman, right guard, left guard, defensive tackle, coach, assistant coach, broadcaster. Like he names off every possible thing you can think of associated with the game. Yeah. And that's the entire video. It's just saying like what position you play.
Oh my. No, but yeah, I don't know. Anyway, into like sports and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I could see that. I could see where you like doing the individual competition stuff, because I didn't like I wasn't really an athlete until like I'm not. I said that like I am now, but like I didn't take fitness or like competition seriously until probably like 2 years ago, and like now I like enjoy beating people's ass in the gym. Like that's fun to me.
Yeah.
Whereas like before I'd just like fuck around. Like I'd try. Like in high school I would go out and they'd be like, yeah, we're gonna do this and that. Okay, you would work hard. Well, and that's the thing. I don't know. Like I can't gauge my hard working level from high school to now, but I would work hard and it'd be like nothing. Like you're just there. Like you're just extra. Yeah. And you're like, well, why would I go harder into this if I know nothing's coming of it?
You said when you were in high school, it's hard to judge how hard you were working. I can tell you for a fact, if I would have worked this hard at basketball or baseball, or even, I didn't play football, but let's just fucking say it, football, and I wanted a wide receiver position or I wanted a safety position, I have the skills where if I would have worked as hard as I'm working now, I could have played any of those positions. I really believe that, and I could have played any sport I wanted to if I would have put the work in that I put in now to this. So like, it's so hard to judge how your work ethic in high school, because it wasn't shit compared to it is now, because you don't have the will and the want.
Right. I agree with that a lot.
I've said it before of like looking back at even like the real bullshit like lifting programs we had and stuff. I was like, man, if I'd have taken those serious back in high school,
of them,
I would have been fucking jacked. Like I would have murdered people.
And I think about that. Like I feel like it was almost like a mental thing. Like at that age, there were some people that were mentally mature enough to like understand that and understand. But I think maybe like for me, like I was like, yeah, I'm lifting, or like, yeah, I'm doing this, but I don't know if it was to intensity, right? Like at that age, you're like, I think I'm working hard, but then now that we're older and like we're doing shit, it's like, oh, like I can output this much. I know I can go this hard. It's going to hurt, but who cares? And so that, I agree with that 100% of like how much.
Back in the day, the trap bar hurt your traps. And you're like, that's a good day in the gym for me.
Like, man.
But like now you would be like, now it's almost, you'd be to the point where you'd let your traps be sore as fuck from having that bar sit on it. But you don't care.
Right.
You're probably going to do it tomorrow too.
My legs are sore as fuck right now. Like super sore. I went on a walk last night just to do it. I was like,
How was that walk?
It sucked ass.
I'm right there with you.
It's a long walk, wasn't it?
Fuck yeah, it was. I was leaving the gym after I did like, I think I jogged a couple miles and then I did a full leg day. And I tried to walk again after, and I was like, nah, like I'm not feeling it. Like I'm
wheelchaired out the gym.
Dude, I was dead. I'm driving home, and then I get a text from this one girl that was like, hey, you want to come walk my dog with me? I was like, yeah. And so I get there, and she was like, we usually take like really lengthy walks. And I was like, is that right? She was like, yeah. And so we walked all across this fucking campus, like uphill, downhill, side streets I've never even been on. Like, I've only walked this town drunk. So, like, walking through it fully sober, I was like, holy shit, this is a lot bigger than I thought it was.
In. He's like,
I was
this
like,
is beautiful.
Fuck, I didn't know they had this.
It's like a new place.
Yeah. No, I did. Yeah, I get that. Like, I went and did those double unders last week, and I couldn't walk for like, I could, but barely. Like, I couldn't run. I couldn't go do nothing. You were like, speed that treadmill up. I'm like, I can't. It's like, I can't do it. I mean, I probably, realistically, I probably could have, but.
Oh, I mean, I remember the day where you were like, hey, you want to see my heart rate go to 200? And I was like, sure.
Didn't do it?
It probably.
You got it to like 190s probably.
But I couldn't get, it wouldn't let me hold the heart rate monitor.
Yeah.
Over like 3 speeds. So I was like running it.
I thought you was talking like a chest one or like a watch.
I want to get one. What are those ones? What is the chest one?
I mean, I have a chest one and I wear it. I wore it a little bit and it was just kind of a hassle more than anything.
Does it feel like it constricts? Because I've never used them, so I don't know. Like,
I don't
for
think
those
it
ones, how
constricts
they
anything,
fit.
but like, well, how am I supposed to wear that watch or a little piece on my chest when I'm grappling people and slamming you on your head?
Oh, no, you can't do
Yeah.
that.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So like, I can do it when I'm on the bicycle, but my heart rate when I'm on the bicycle won't compare to my heart rate while when I'm grappling or when I'm fighting.
See, like, I'll use this all the time when I'm doing stuff that's like not, I guess, intrusive on like my wrist mobility, or for like grappling. You're having people grab you and shit all the time, so I could see how that could snag or rip off or something. But if I'm like benching, where I got to worry about now my wrists, I'm not wearing this fucking thing. Like, it's tossed first thing. And then now I'm like, oh yeah, I don't know like what my heart rate was, which it doesn't matter when I'm doing that. But
yeah, that would be interesting.
What?
Like seeing what like your max heart rate is, like
the highest
in
I've
like
seen,
what you're wanting to see it in.
The highest I've seen mine go up to on anything was at deadlifting one time. Granted, I was on a lot of caffeine and beta, but I think it was 202 or 205. Yeah, that's what it showed up as on there, and I was like, "That's pretty high."
Cool.
I don't know how you guys are getting these high numbers like this. No, I walk into competition at like a 94 heartbeat.
Huh.
Oh no, this was
sometimes lower, depending on how calm I can get myself.
This was when I was doing like a real heavy set, but I was trying to do it for multiple reps. Like, I think it was 92% of what a 1 rep max was. So it wasn't supposed to be for, I think, 5 reps.
But it was.
But it ended up being that because I was like, I can do this for sure. So I did it. And when I got done, I was fucking floored. Couldn't do shit the rest of the time. But
no, I know. I've seen mine at 195. I'm sure I've probably hit give or take, but I've seen it on a wristwatch at 195 before. Yeah. But I can get my, like, when I'm like thinking about it, or like when I used to wear my Fitbit all the time, I could like get my resting heart rate down to like 40. Like,
oh my God,
45,
that's fucking
give or
like
take.
marathon heart rate.
It was there. Well, that was when I was only like, that was when I first started working out and I was only running.
Oh, okay.
Like, I wasn't doing any like lifting or anything, and I was like, I gotta cut some fat out.
I was like, I'm happy when I see mine's like in the 80s. Like,
well, not traditionally, it's around like a 60, but I don't know. Heart rate.
You have a heart rate?
Me?
Yeah.
I would hope so.
It's a little frail. Yours is like 3, and
it just beats once every 30 seconds.
Yes.
No, we went out there and played volleyball. I like hit it hard once, and it like went past, and then she ran and got it and came back. And she's like, "Whew."
Heart rate 205.
I was like, tired already. But it was the day. It was like 60 degrees outside, like 2 days ago. It was nice. It was really nice out there.
Who's got to be like one of your favorite fighters of all time, like MMA wise?
Donald Cowboy Cerrone, gotta be.
Oh my God,
gotta be.
He's good. I like Cerrone, but
just a goddamn cowboy. How can you not like that shit?
I didn't say I didn't like him. I just, as a number one, Cerrone.
I like him, and I like Thug Nasty Bryce Mitchell. And it's because he's a hell of a grappler, and he's just a grimy son of a bitch.
I have no idea who this person is.
He's from Arkansas. He's new into the UFC, 145-pounder.
Okay.
Grapples everybody, like Khabib-style grappling.
Well, Khabib was fucking crazy.
Right, puts him up against the cage, beats the shit out of him. But he submits a little bit more. His BJJ is a little bit more well-rounded. Well, I don't know about well-rounded, but he hasn't quite fought the opposition. But, I mean, pretty good, well-rounded wise. But I like those guys just because they're just like I told you earlier about like the sponsors, which I'm always looking for sponsors. But I do like being homegrown, and I do like having everything happen from right around here. And like, because nobody was helping me out before.
Right.
And like, so
I start now.
Right. But I also understand that shit's needed. And,
Money's,
right. And obviously I have to provide for myself to be able to do these competitions and to continue to get to where I want. So I'm going to have to venture out. But like, you know what I'm trying to say. I like just keeping it around here. So those guys, those Donald Cerrone's who bought a farm in Mexico and never fucking left, or Thug Nasty who makes, you know, $60K every time he fights, but he still lives in a camper. You know, that shit makes me happy because like I see how little they have and like how happy they are. But they do have everything.
Right.
But like they don't have to show you that they have everything. Yeah. Like Donald's a bit different because he's got like a whole ass ranch and a gym and everything.
Well, I feel like that was what he had in mind long
working
before
towards.
Right. Before he was racing razors in the desert and shit and having sponsors from Monster.
Yeah.
He did just have a little farm and just hang out. Like.
Right.
So like I like those type of guys. So Donald Cerrone, and it breaks my heart every time his old ass loses now.
Bro, like one of the fights that sticks in my mind is him and Conor McGregor. And I was so hyped for that fight because I've been on McGregor's bandwagon for years. When they were fighting, I was like leading up to it. We're all getting like plastered drunk that night and whatnot, having a good time, and so happy to watch this fight. And then fight goes off and it ends in like, I think it was 41 seconds. And I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding. I was so mad. I was mad at Cerrone because he lost and like that quick. And then I was mad at McGregor for finishing it that quick. I was like, come on, finish it out for like, stretch it out for a round, goddammit. Like
$69 worth of pay-per-view. You think you give me 5 rounds?
Yeah. Was Askren Mostoval, was that the main event?
Dude, that was the fastest knockout
That might have
ever.
been the co-main that was the co-main
event. It was a female fight,
something.
wasn't it? Like Nunez and somebody?
Maybe. But yeah, because I just remember I was like, oh, let's go. And then just, boom, he's just out.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, sick.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite?
My favorite of all time, it's got to be GSP. I feel like a lot of people would say GSP.
Weren't they doing weren't there talks of a grappling match with him and Khabib?
Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
He just posted on his Instagram the other day, and that's got me hyped as fuck. It's weird to see GSP with hair too. That bugs me every time I see it. But GSP...
It's a pretty nice head of hair. I'm not gonna lie. Throughout his whole career, I thought he had a terrible receding hairline.
Yeah, I thought he was super
But it turns
bald.
out the motherfucker can grow hair.
Yeah.
How incredible.
Yeah.
I haven't seen. I'm gonna look him up.
He was in one of the Avengers movies, like Captain America. I think Civil War.
You were right.
What's that?
How incredible is that? You were right. You said
Nunez?
what was the undercard or what card
Nunez.
was Jorge Masvidal on against Ben Askren, and he said Amanda Nunes and somebody else, and well, you know it was.
Was it Chris Cyborg?
Amanda Nunes and Holly Holm, and then
yeah.
the main event was John Jones and Thiago Santos, which was UFC 239. Sorry to interrupt you, man.
You're good.
Got to pull up the facts.
No, you're good. I like it.
yeah.
Dude, I felt bad for Nunez the last fight she was in with Juliana Pena.
Come on, that's a good story, though.
Oh, yeah, it is. Fuck yeah, it is. Juliana Pena shares the same birthday as me. She's my new favorite celebrity that shares my birthday. Yeah, GSP, dude. No idea he grew hair for a long time. Then I think it was like the first couple months after he retired, like the second time, I guess.
A full head of hair.
Yeah. Full ass head of hair. I was like, what the fuck?
I have a lot of, he trains with Firas Zahabi, which I'm not sure if you guys know who that is, but he's a Canadian guy. It's GSP's main head coach, and actually I think he switched gyms, but anyway, it was at the time. And I'm thinking he was bald because if I punched you, you have a lot of hair, and your hair would wobble when I hit you, and it would make it look way worse than it was. But if I hit you in the head, it would look way different. It would look way different, though.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah, because you don't have that.
Like, just from like a judge's perspective. You don't have anything
behind it. So like, it could have been that. I mean,
Firas Zahabi is the one that had them do like the nipple thing, wasn't it?
What was it?
The nipple thing. Did you ever notice GSP doing that?
Oh, he did pinch his nipples.
Yeah. Because there was a couple other guys that was from that gym. Yeah.
Oh, that's it.
Dude, like you're gonna have to watch the breakdown video. They do that.
I forgot
'cause
about that.
They show all the guys that went and trained, either like trained with GSP for a long time, or I guess were like probably out of the same like camp, I would guess. But it was a mental thing with them.
Yeah.
Something about pinching the nipples like got them to like flip the switch and be like, I'm ready. And that's what it was.
I think Joe asked him, maybe on their pod.
Maybe it was.
Because I've heard that from somewhere besides you.
I remember watching the documentary they did on GSP, and they fucked with him about the nipples thing because he did it like in training too. He would like lick his thumbs and then.
Oh, he wasn't
pinch
doing it really
nipples.
hard. I figured you'd do it like extremely hard.
Just just hurts enough to.
Well, like before you get in the cage, I don't know. Some guys like them. Like I've been slapped a few times. Like it depends on what kind of mood I'm in. Like if my heart beats at like a 55, I'd like somebody to slap me up a little bit so I can at least get to like a 90.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
But like some guys, they go in there and they like to get beat red before they walk in there.
Yeah. Just depends on the mentality.
I remember there was people like in wrestling that would do the same shit. They would get the fuck slapped out of them before they'd walk onto the mat.
Ow.
Yeah, I'm like,
Ow.
why would you even do that?
Yeah.
I'm just over there playing like my own mental game. What's up, Johnny?
Howdy.
We missed you for the national anthem. No, I'm good, buddy. I got some.
But yeah, no, I don't know. I guess everyone has their like thing they like to do.
Yeah. Something random I've been thinking about, and I just haven't asked you yet about the cauliflower. I had like the babyest little amount over here. No, sorry, this one. And like can't even tell anymore. You ever have to get like yours drained and stuff, or that little bit you got up here at the top? You got just the tiniest bit.
Yeah, it was bad. It took like 3 months for this one to heal, and I just kept draining it. I actually would go to training, and I'd train, and I'd drain it before training, and it would be completely flat. And then it'd get hit a couple times, and I'd run in the bathroom, and I'd drain it a few times, and then I'd go back out, and I'd roll some more, and then I'd go back in the bathroom, and I'd drain it, and my coach came out, he's like, who's leaving needles in the bathroom? Like we're all doing a bunch of drugs. Like, I was like, sorry.
My bad.
But I got surgery on this one because it was actually, this one was the worst ear. I got punched in my second MMA fight and it blew up. But I went and got, my mom made me. My mom, and she paid for it. So like, might as well take it, right?
Yeah.
So, went and got a surgery, like kind of like a plastic surgery. They drained it and then they casted the ear to itself so that there would be no calcium in between. And then I had the cast on, and I went and grappled and trained and sparred, and then it hurt really bad. Then they took the cast off, and obviously it didn't, like the skin didn't attach back together, so it stayed separated. So as soon as I started training again, it blew right back up. So I had to go back and get a second surgery, and now this one looks, I mean, it's still fucked up, but it's better than it was.
Yeah. Like I know normally they don't wear headgear at all, like doing jiu-jitsu at all, but did you have to like move over to start doing some headgear just to try to keep that thing being all right, or
No.
none?
No.
Just an animal.
I just went until it hardened up because my coach said.
What are you gonna do?
Well, no, I meant after like you got the surgery done the second time.
Oh no, I just went in and my mom actually bought me headgear. Because this is all her doing. Because I would have just let it look like the other one if it looked to me. To be honest, because like
there's nothing really wrong with it. I mean,
it is what it is.
Yeah.
I can get them fixed later in life if I really need to, but
it's just an ear.
It's just an ear, man.
Yeah.
It's not going to help you do anything really.
No,
I mean,
it's not.
even if you have it really bad, which you don't have it really bad, like at least from this ear that I can see, and I assume your other one's fine. But who was it? Like Randy Couture or somebody? Theirs looked like it was literally like shut from how bad theirs was.
See, this one, like in comparison to like those guys, this ear is not bad.
No,
but in comparison to like your ears, they're pretty bad. But like in comparison to a normal dude's ears, like kind of bad. But I mean, the only thing that really affects it is sometimes when I'm in the shower, some water will get in there because like it's not like lobed the same way as everybody else's ears now. So for some odd reason, water drains in there. Which
Well,
other than that,
it's the mark of, that's how you know not to fuck with someone when you're out on the street. You're like,
oh no, I go looking for cauliflowers.
But all the disrespect I be catching.
I remember hearing about you getting in like, I'll call it a fracas or an altercation with someone in high school, and it was somebody I fucking hated at the time. And I'll tell you after, because I don't want to like name anybody, but I remember hearing about it, and I remember hearing like you either threw him or tossed him on the ground, something like that. And people split it up real quick because they were like, Tucker's going to fuck him up. Like, and it was after you'd already started doing MMA or not. Might have been just jiu-jitsu. I can't remember.
This person wasn't in high school, was he?
He had just got out of high school, I believe. Yeah. Like, because he was in my grade. I remember vividly.
You know who you are.
I remember vividly hearing about it, and I was like, yeah. Like, I just laughed my ass off hearing about it. I was like, Tucker fucked him up.
You ever get in any fights in high school?
No,
or in middle school even?
No, I just threw people around. Like the couple,
fun.
like, the couple, like, I'll just call them arguments. I got in with people. It was really short. Like, it was just, we either yell at each other right then or throw somebody into something, and then, like, all right, we're going to do this, and then they bitch out.
Yeah.
That's how those couple went.
People don't normally want to fight, to be honest. Like, for the amount of people that piss me off on the interstate and that I try to get to pull over.
I've tried to get some people to pull over.
They don't pull over, though. They're all about it, though, when they're flipping me the bird and
That's
telling
Brit.
me, you know. But when I'm done flipping them the bird and I just want to fight them, they don't want to flip me the bird anymore. And it's the same thing with the kids in high school. Everybody want to fight and puff their chest until I'm ready to fight. And then nobody wants to fight anymore.
I remember somebody
So
pulled up
typical.
behind me at a gas station one time that, like, they were honking at me and shit, like, as I'm driving. And I pull into the gas station. I'm just getting out of the truck, and I see them pulling behind me. I was like, oh, okay, we're going to do this. And this is like last year. Like, not even that. It's like 5 months ago. I get out of the truck, and I was like, what the fuck?
Hopefully it wasn't after a leg day.
No.
Give me a sec. Like crawling out of the car. Like one leg down.
I just yell at them, and then I hear the truck go into reverse, and they whoa, and drove right back out, and on they went, back the way they were going. But yeah, like the only ones I had in high school were just like that, quick, no fight, nothing like that. Over in a second. Bar fight, different. That was bad. That
You had a
sucked.
bar fight?
Yeah, I told you I got jumped before. Yeah, it was not fun.
I've been slapped by a cowboy.
Oh, no way.
That's about it.
I mean, being jumped is disappointing. Being slapped by a cowboy. That's something different.
That's big.
That's
No,
big.
I've I'm so chill. Like people get mad at me. I'm like, I don't care.
They think he's gay, like a lot.
They do. That's why he slapped me. I'm
Slapped your ass,
He was really
actually.
homophobic.
he was like, ew.
I
No,
don't think that's how he slapped you. If it was a
wasn't.
cowboy, he wouldn't. He wouldn't do that
it's
shit.
Brokeback. Sorry, it's Brokeback Mountain.
Oh, okay.
It was on the ass. I didn't tell you that part. No, we were at DTA, and this girl like flipped this little dude's hat. Sorry, that's offensive. He's my friend now. Flipped this dude's hat, and then he turned around, thought it was me, and like I wasn't even looking. Like I was like over here, he slapped me. I just looked at him, like what the fuck? Like typically someone would probably
Is it a backhand or a
fight.
front hand?
I don't know. That was pretty.
It was that quick.
It was just fast.
He's got speed.
His cool hand Luke. He's swinging.
The hat came off and he turned around out of the bar stool.
That's something you can't teach. You got to have that. All right, that's desire right there.
Yeah, and then he came up. He's like,
That's quickness.
Yeah.
he's like, oh, I thought it was you. I'm like, okay. Did you like? Why would you not ask? Like, I'm not even looking at you. Like, you thought I'm just like over here, like flipping people's hats.
Burned into his mind. He gets the hat flipped off.
Just immediate, first thing in his path.
He must listen to that Chris Ledoux song, This
What is it?
Cowboy's Hat.
I've heard that. I've heard you
Yeah.
don't touch a cowboy's hat.
Mm-hmm.
I
Heard
have
that song?
Yeah.
Getting jumped wasn't fun, though. That was also misunderstanding.
Where was that?
Docks. It's off the airport exit, heading towards Zanesville.
How many people are considered a jumping?
This was 6 guys.
All right, I'd say more than 2 is considered a good jumping.
I would say, yeah.
Otherwise, it's a fight. Like if it's 2-on-1, it's a fight,
Yeah, I would say that.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
More than that, you're getting jumped.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it sucked. Like,
6 guys. That's a jumping.
definitely got my ass whipped that night. Yeah.
What,
The other
like,
guy
what
that was
happened?
with me, he got in the car.
Like, what led to it?
That's my
He,
friend.
no, I'm not friends with him. Did not talk to him after that night. So like I walk in the bar and I was with these 2 girls and this one other guy.
Mm.
And I should preface this by saying I was not fucking either one of these girls or the guy. And I walked
I'm glad
straight-
you added the guy.
Yeah.
I
Well,
wasn't
I
fucking either of the girls.
Hey, I don't
I'll
want to
tell you
leave any
that.
room for interpretation. I walk straight to the bar, and they go off like to my left, talking to a person that was already there. And so I ordered 2 beers, down the first one, because I was already like half lit when I went there. They drove me there. So down the first one, I see them getting like shoved out of the bar by this guy, and I was like, he must work here, something, you know. ID'd them because they were like 20, I think. And I was the only 21-year-old. That's why I was just keeping the buzz going. And he was like, come on. All right, and I finished that second beer, and I'm walking out there, you know, like a fat tick, dude. My fucking stomach's all swelled up from that beer. Well, dude, I just downed 2 beers back to back. My stomach's fucking gurgling, man. And yeah, then walk off that second step, and I get grabbed, and then just start getting hit and kicked and shit. And
where's your friend?
He was not my friend. He was a guy I met that night.
Where's your friend?
He's your friend now.
Car. Like I said, he got in the car with his girlfriend, and they were sitting there watching. The other girl that like I knew better, she was the one that like brought me along. She was like, come on, and she's grabbing a hold of me and like pulling me into the car.
It's like nothing led to it, or like...
No, he thought I was fucking her, and he was like obsessed with that girl.
And so he just...
Then you got beat up.
Yeah.
It happens to the best of us.
Dude, got the shit kicked out of me.
I'm amazed that hasn't happened to me yet. You know how many people I go hang out with at DTA and just...
Yeah, I'm surprised.
I don't fuck any of them.
I'm
just look at
surprised.
them. It's amazing, actually. I think Johnny almost beat my ass one day.
I got jumped at Captain Morgan's by like 8 people.
8?
Oh, Captain Morgan's is what it's actually called. I was calling it Docs, my bad. It's called Captain Morgan's.
Where's Captain Morgan's?
From Captain Morgan's and the strip club next door. Yeah, all in one night. But granted, I tried stealing the dude's truck because I was trying to get the fuck up out of there.
That's,
right.
yeah.
Okay.
And by the time I got pulled out of the parking lot, I got ripped out of the truck. So me and my buddy started to fight on the inside of the pool table. We were just swinging on people. They grabbed him up, put him behind the bar. The whole fucking side of the bar came running at me, so I went outside. This old 98 24 valve Cummins was just outside putting, so nobody was in it, so I tried to get the motherfucker to take off, dude. Nope. I woke up at Genesis Hospital.
Last Cummins he ever got in.
Yep.
He said, I'll stick to the Prius.
You know those, like, the side steps there in, like, the parking lot?
Yeah.
That's where I got grabbed at, like, as I was making my step off that little porch.
Yep.
And, yeah. There wasn't a whole lot of, like, fighting me.
Dark. There's no lights out there.
No. There was not a whole lot of fighting me that was like, I'm going to keep on going. No, I was like, all right. I was like, yeah, let's get in the car.
Luckily, I got choked out, so I didn't feel any of it.
No, I didn't get choked out.
They did my stitches, and I was gone. Like, I didn't feel any of it. I didn't barely remember it. I do have a picture in my phone of it, though, in the hospital.
No, the only real, like, grabbing that they did of me was, like, a headlock. And that was for maybe a second, because then I was already, like, getting kicked, and I was like, fuck, and I was on the ground. Yeah.
That was it.
There was no real, like, preparation. Like, if I knew I was going out there for a fight, I definitely wouldn't have had my back to the guy. Like, I'd at least been looking at him. But
Did you try to stay on your feet?
Tried.
Attempted.
Yeah.
Maximum effort.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I gave A+ effort. Like, it's definitely there.
They almost gave him a contract, but there was no one to see it.
I saw my dance moves.
They said it was too dark. Sorry, we couldn't tell.
Yeah, I tried bobbing and weaving. It's hard to do that when you're on the ground and you don't know where else everybody is.
Like,
Yeah.
It's like
at that point you're just moving for shit.
Oh, that's awful. That's hilarious though.
It sucked.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see.
Definitely wouldn't do it again. I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah, but you can laugh about it now though, because it's over.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair.
Like it's an experience.
The girl did go home with me.
Did you fuck her?
I can't say
Hell
if
yeah.
I did or if I did not.
So it worked out for you. So it worked. It was worth it.
I mean, you got a concussion. I don't know if brain damage and sex are equal.
I mean, depends.
Hey,
Depends on what kind of
concussions
sex
don't
you're
play
into.
into nothing. They don't play into nothing when it's into sex.
You're like at your funeral. It's like, what happened? It's like, well, he had a concussion. Then he decided to go have sex, and he just died.
If I had any brain bleeding, hey, I got rid of that excess blood.
Even the other head. He
Did you have
said,
sex
clear
after getting slapped at by the cowboy?
with the cowboy. No.
It really was Brokeback Mountain. Did you get to wear the hat?
That night, no. No, I did not. No, that was maybe. I don't know. That was in the time of my life when I would just go to DTA and I would just wake up places. Now I don't do that as much.
You don't do that anymore?
Mm-mm. It's probably for the better.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Waking up around, I would like one time I woke up out here in my car, but like my car was like probably if a train would have came by, it was like that close. Like it might have sideswiped me. Like I woke up, I was like reverse, and then I was like, "Where's my keys?" My keys weren't in the car. I was like, "Where the fuck's my shoes?" My shoes weren't in. I might have got raped out back. I don't know.
It was
By
the
the
cowboy.
cowboy.
It was the cowboy. It was that night. No, but I literally like I was like, what happened? Like this was just a random night, and I woke up and like my
Probably
shoes were,
hog-tied you and everything.
yeah, my shoes were like laying out here, like just out in the back. I'm like, there's not a door back there. Like I can't come in.
Yeah.
And then like my keys were like, I think what I thought was this. There's like an old door on the back that's like where this wall is. I thought that was the door or something because my keys were just laying on the ground like right in front of it, but. I was like, where I'm going. Like,
You've ever been pissed drunk?
Oh yeah, no.
And why in a vehicle then?
Don't ask questions. Like,
I'm telling.
no, you don't have to.
A little late.
Yeah, that's a early story,
Yeah.
but in due time. Yeah, it's a good point. Oh no, that was back in a dark time in my life.
I'm glad you got that behind you. This guy would show up to the gym for our workouts, like, and I mind you, in the earlier days, it was definitely like a more sadistic view as like I got to whip him into shape. So like
Literal whip.
yeah. So I was like, oh, we're gonna have like 10 sets of 10. We're gonna have this. We're gonna have that. And it would be like horrendous leg days. He would come in severely hungover and dehydrated.
Every day.
And just be like, all right, coach, like, what are we doing? And just be fine to go do it. Like, he would get through it. Like, he's not dead now, as you see. But
You made it.
Made it.
yeah, but he would be like pretty dead by the end.
Not like a good push.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think we talked about this last time, but like, what's incredible is like not drinking every day, and like really, I don't drink at all anymore. I can go in there and like I'm like because I had the lung capacity during and before, but like the muscle recovery was not there. Like, you know, like your body just can't recover. Like if you're going out and drinking every night. And so like now I'm like, oh shit, I can like do like double, or like I can do it like 3 times as fast because I'll go over like to CrossFit now and just like destroy people. It's from just not drinking and like doing some strength training. Like it's crazy.
Can you do a muscle up?
Oh. I do a muscle. Yeah.
You can do muscle up?
Oh yeah.
Can you do muscle up?
Mm-hmm.
I can do consecutive muscle ups.
Really?
I can't do consecutive. I can't get like the timing right of letting your arms through.
My brother always tells me it's because of my form. I can do a
yeah.
muscle up, but I can only do one.
It's like riding a bike. Yeah, it's like
But I could do
it's
like 50 pull-ups.
There's like
I can do a fuck ton of pull-ups.
there's a weird like rhythm to it if you're doing like a kipping style muscle up. That like if you're not letting like your head go through your arms far enough, then you're not going to have like enough of a rebound to move your way back in.
It's all like
That's a good thought.
you do like double unders and like stuff with jump rope.
Do I?
Yeah.
No.
Oh well, it's like that. Like, well, at least to equate it to something is like when you're doing like when you start like training to like do a double under and like more than one. It's like it's rhythm. It's all rhythm. And then once you get it, you're like, holy shit! Like it's easy. Like, and then you don't forget how to do it. Like you could not do them for like 4 or 5 months. And as long as you're doing other shit, you know, you're going to be like still able to do it. It's the same thing. It's just finding that rhythm into it.
Honestly, you might be able to find better success at like cycling through and doing multiple in a row if you tried rings, doing like a ring muscle up.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like same concept of what you got to use to get there, but you can kind of move the rings however you need, and you have a little bit more of like a bounce.
Or are you talking with the hold the rings?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I've never had
We don't have rings at our gym. We need rings, and we also need like little like 4 or 5 to 10 rock climbing pegs for grip strength.
Bro,
Yeah,
those
that'd
things
be
are next
fun.
level if you want to get grip strength.
I have balls right now that I like hang on. Like they come off my rogue rack, and you hang on the balls.
Oh, okay. I get you now.
They're blue balls too. I mean, if that makes it any better.
Yeah.
They're just 2 blue balls. And I just
Hold them. Yeah.
So you do strength training and stuff too with all your
100%.
stuff? Okay.
100%.
I didn't know. I've heard of some people that like don't do it at all until like they're late into a career and they're
I know
not
you
like,
can't tell by my
going to.
biceps,
I mean, yeah, dude, they're
by
popping
my
out the
massive biceps. But yeah, I hit the gym.
I'm getting there. I've got titties still, but
I mean, I still feel like I do. Still feel like I got a gut and everything.
Yeah, but you lift heavy.
I do.
You're a deadlifter.
No,
You're getting there.
I'm a lifter. I'll just say that. I'm not going to specify myself to one.
I will not put myself in a box. No, that's how I am. Like,
I'm not a deadlift specialist like that.
Like my mindset,
kid.
and this is with anything I do. Like that's why I like having my own business. That's why like my mindset is like I want to be the best at everything. Like I don't give a fuck what it is. Like I don't care if it's like playing piano. Like if I ever delved into playing piano, like I want to be fucking good at that. Do I want to right now? No, that's not on my repertoire. But
that's what I tried doing with the guitar, and then I was like,
Maybe.
what if I'm like, that's in there somewhere. But like that's like why I like going to the gym. I'm like I want to fucking be good at it. Like, and so now it's like, especially like going over here and like doing like competition where you get to rank yourself against other people. I'm like, I want to beat everyone's ass. Like that's what I want to do. So it's like what I'm training for. Like I'm not necessarily like when we train, I'm not like I want to get a better, PR, which we are. We're getting. I mean, bench is going to PR pretty good. I think.
I think your squat's definitely going to. Well, I guess I should say like all of them will.
Yeah. Well, they should. I mean,
ollie lifts probably won't, just because we haven't really specified on those at all.
They're about the same. I mean, I did that 245 squat clean.
Oh yeah,
and it was just the same as my old max, but it hurt. And I was like, I don't want to like fuck my back up. Like, if we sectioned off training and did ollie lifts, then right.
I could definitely get you up in ollie lifts, but we just haven't had those in there.
We need to get the core going first. We need those core lifts, and then we can mess around that stuff later. But to me, yeah, like even when I'm like, I want to do a cut, like I'm focused on it a little. I don't download the fitness.
He's not focused on it at all. He said start of February. He talked to me about this like a couple months ago. And he was like, I want to start a cut. And I said,
like a weight cut?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, he wanted to get like more diced up, I guess.
Yeah.
So I said, hey, if we're going to do this, I said, you're going to have to take it like 100% serious. Can't quit after like a couple weeks. And you're really going to have to track what you're eating. We're going to have to do a lot more cardio. Like a lot of stuff goes into this. So it's a lot different than if I'm just trying to make you a little bit stronger, progressively. And he was like, yeah, for sure. Start of February. Where are we at now? February 23rd, right?
You been getting after it?
No.
I've been doing the cardio.
I texted him the other day and I said, hey, have you been tracking your stuff? And he was like,
Food, I don't eat as much. I'm not tracking it, but I should be. Yes.
Yeah.
I should be.
That's how you know if you're doing things right.
But it's hard when... No, it's not hard. I'm just being a pussy, basically. But
I diet all year round, but like, I just watch what I eat. I don't like calorie intake and shit. Like, I don't worry about that shit at all. At all. I make sure I'm getting like a fuck ton of protein throughout my day. And other than that, like, watch what I eat.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously candy and shit that I obviously
Theo's
like to
pie,
have,
that'll get you.
Yeah.
Like,
No, but
like for what he's trying to get done, because like obviously you're still a leaner body mass and you're not trying to like cut down like a shitload of weight.
right.
He's probably going to try to cut down like 20-ish pounds around there. And like I think you said you're what?
I was thinking 10, but sure.
If you were wanting to get diced up,
I mean,
He wants the best for you.
okay, well,
Yeah.
sure.
Well,
We'll call
saying-
it 20. What would that'd be like 185? I think it's the lowest I've ever been. That's like when I just ran and like had no muscle.
you're probably at like a 20, 25, somewhere around there % body fat right now.
Probably.
What percent you think you are?
Like 14,
All right.
You?
15.
Do you know yours?
Yeah, I'm probably like 8 to 12 range, somewhere in that ballpark, I'd say.
I'm probably lower now because I told him I'm sub 200 again. I haven't been sub 200 in like a year or more.
You can go over like to the gym over. Anyone can. You can go to the gym over here, and they have like one of those body scan machines.
Really?
Yeah, and it's you like non-member. It's like $10, and it'll give you like your entire body mass. Like it spins you around. Like
Oh, like a
And
DEXA scan or something?
yeah,
No
That'd be
shit.
pretty cool. I'd like
Yeah,
to try
so-
that, to be honest.
there you
I'd
go.
like to look at it.
It's just literally right across the street. You can just text Doug, or I can give you his number or something, and then it'll tell you everything. Like it'll
might
give you
pop
like
in.
weight, like all your fat levels, and even if you do it more than once, like it tracks it for you, so you can see like how much you've lost or gained or whatever that is. So
Now, have you ever tried to like gain any more? Like, because you said you're right around 145, right?
Yeah, I walk around at like 145 to 150 pounds. I've never been any heavier than 150 pounds. And up to your point, I've tried like incredibly hard, and like I still like to the day. I mean, I could literally eat whatever I wanted and wake up tomorrow and have a six pack. But like, it's not really about that. It's more about like how I feel. Because like I can have the six pack, but do I perform like I performed yesterday? Like I ate Chipotle with chicken and rice, and that's it for like the 3 meals of my day. But then the next day I ate 2 bowls of cereal and some bacon.
Yeah.
It's not the same.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But like the six pack's still there, but it's just not the same. So like I've tried to gain weight, but like I've noticed that like the more I eat, the shittier I feel during my workouts. I like to feel light during all my workouts. So like before I go to jiu-jitsu in the morning, I never eat anything. Because like number one, I don't want this. I roll with dudes too. I rolled with a guy that was 330 pounds last
That's a
Sunday.
big son bitch right there.
Oh my God, he's huge.
That's Coach Wells.
Ultra
rolling you.
heavyweight. He's ultra heavyweight. He's crazy. He hurt the piss out of my neck.
What's the cutoff for heavyweight for jiu-jitsu?
I think it's 265 as well. So he's
Okay.
ultra heavyweight now. So pretty much anybody that weighs over that.
Yeah. A very small number of people, I would assume.
Not very many ultra heavyweights.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we have one. Unfortunate for everybody else in the gym.
Do you have like a decent amount of heavyweights there that can at least roll with them and like?
No, we don't. We don't have any guys that can roll with him. But
So it's just baby weights and then this ultra heavyweight. And I'm saying
like
baby
my
weight
coach
just because I think
my
that's what
coach
you
is
said earlier.
145. Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
My coach is 145, and like I'm 145. Like we got 2 guys that are like, I'm talking like belt rank wise. I'm not talking just regular white belts. I'm talking
Yeah.
like brown, purple belts that compete. We have 2 guys that are like 180. We got 1 guy that's 190. We have our heavyweight that's 330, and we got 1 guy that's like 205. Like
So
the
there's-
205 guy is not even close. Like if you
Yeah.
look at 205 next to the 330 pound fella, it's not even close. I'm like,
Fella.
I can fuck that 205er up bad,
Mm-hmm.
but I can't not even close.
Like, what are you gonna
on the
do,
330
right?
guy.
Like,
There's like such a gap in between 145 and 330.
It's so crazy. It's so crazy. But I actually tried to take him down this past. I wrestled like. Normally you don't try to wrestle the whole time.
Yeah.
You try to do a little bit of everything, you know. But I tried to wrestle the big guys, and you can wrestle the big guys until you don't wrestle the big guys. And I tried to take the big ultra heavyweight down. Hurt the piss out of my neck.
Dude.
I've been jammed up. I've been just riding the bicycle since Sunday because today is actually the first day I can turn my head side to side.
Oh my.
It's been so bad.
Dude, I remember this is like back in the day when our friend Gary, you remember Tidwell, don't you?
Oh yeah, the good.
Dude, this is when Tidwell was like fat. So like when Tidwell was just a mass.
massive dude.
Yeah, he was like, I don't know, 230s or so still.
Did he lose a bunch of weight?
Oh,
Fuck yeah, he did. He's
I
in
don't
the
think
army now, I believe.
I don't think I ever saw him when he was big. I only saw him when he
Only
was small.
small.
That was
Dude,
a big
he was
David
massive.
Orr, didn't he?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
I'm
Baylor.
thinking of the right fellow then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like Judd and stuff sometimes.
Yup.
Yeah, he was huge.
Yeah. He
I
was,
didn't know that.
Dude, he was like a balloon. Like seriously, like swolled up.
Really? And lost a bunch of weight, huh?
Yeah.
Ton.
Good for
Yeah.
him.
But I remember like early days because at least when we were in wrestling, like 152s and 160s, wrestled pretty much everybody. Like I said, I wrestled Abe Frizzell. Abe was like 100 pounds. And then there was also Gary that was like 240.
Had to wrestle him too.
Had to wrestle both sets. So you're either going against people that are going to just like run you to death by just nonstop movement and shit, or it's going to be so slow paced you're not even sure we're wrestling anymore because they're just going to tie up with you. And now we're just doing that little dance. But I remember I shot in on Gary one time and just all his weight just right on my back, and I flattened out. And he was like, "You're not going to get me." And I was like, "What the fuck?" And it was so bad, dude. Like anytime trying to shoot on a heavyweight was just awful.
You ever done that shot in and really stuck your neck like up in the hip or up in the chest and just jammed your whole neck up?
Yes. You ever fucked up like your
Couple of
eyebrow or
weeks.
something coming down on somebody's like pelvis or their hip?
Like picking them up, going to slam? A couple of times. I slam a lot of people in the gym, but I pick them up like I'm going to slam them, and then I lay them down real nice and easy because like
be nice
it's
about
my
it.
friend, like it's my training partners, and we go hard to shit. But like I'm not trying to concuss anybody.
Yeah.
And then like I've gotten in competition, and I haven't gotten the opportunity to fuck somebody up like that.
When I was in high school, I remember I grabbed this one kid and I was doing head outside double, And I picked up, and as I'm coming down, he was like a bony, like lanky kid. And my fucking eyebrow hit like right off his hip. Immediately just golf ball swells up. It was fucking awful. I thought about it every time I took a shot after that. It was like, I'm going to hit that fucking thing.
It's also like
swell.
the cauliflower ear 900, picking somebody up and going to drop them and then hitting the hip off the ear, or the ear off the hip.
The one time mine was actually bad and it like swelled up like purple and shit, which it's like a wee little spot. It's not big at all. It was the most irritating thing ever being in practice, and like somebody goes to like, I don't know, head tap you or something, and they hit that, and now it's just on fucking fire. Or you shoot in on somebody, or just, something's dragging against it, and now it's just burning. It's fucking awful. I'm glad I don't have that problem really now.
Unfortunately.
What, one shut off?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't have to deal with that issue.
Yeah.
They're just so hard now. They don't.
Yeah, yours calloused up.
Yeah.
Or calcified, I guess.
Calcified.
Yeah.
That's a vocab word.
I had calcium right here. Oh, speaking of vocab words. Ostentatious. I used that today. I was talking about Brit.
Nice.
Yeah.
That was the name of one of Ralphie May's stand-up specials. It was ostentatious.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah. No, I was sitting over here and she was like sitting here like this.
Use it in a sentence?
Yeah. Just randomly. What did I say? I was
That's
like,
pretty good.
I was observing
Brit is very
ostentatiously.
ostentatious.
no, yeah, that was
Good one,
it.
Caleb.
Yeah. No, she was sitting there like this, like mad or something. Like I couldn't tell what she was. And I was like, why are you like observing so ostentatiously right now? And she's like, what the fuck? What does that mean?
That's good.
And I was like, I don't know. I just pulled it out of my ass.
That's good.
But it actually, I didn't know. I kind of knew what it meant, but I didn't. And then we looked it up and it worked because it was like she was like this, and it basically means like they're like looking on. You can look it up if you want. They're like looking on.
Pull
like,
shit up, Britt.
I can't pull it up. He
damn it,
didn't
fine.
set it up for me. I
can still
asked
get on
him and
the
he said
internet.
no.
Hold on.
It doesn't have to
What
pull
does
up on screen.
ostentatious mean?
I tried to make her like our makeshift Jamie.
I was just getting ready to say,
All
she
the
like the
time.
She's getting there.
Look that up.
We try.
Hey, look that up.
One of the first episodes, that's what we had her doing, but she didn't know like how to bring it up yet because it was like I said, it was the first episode.
Right.
She's only done it one time.
Yeah.
It's
I
a
was like, pull that
pretentious.
shit up,
it's a
and then finally Caleb got it up, and I was like, holy fuck, she's our Jamie.
Essentially, yeah. We're Jamie in training. Oh, I got off center.
Jamie in training.
But no, it means to display pretentiously.
I
So
was
she-
not pretentious.
Yeah, oh, come on.
Do you even know what pretentious means?
I do.
You are like if
Look that up for us,
pretentious was,
Jamie.
if there was
What
a
up,
picture if there was a picture for pretentious and it was a person, it would be you. And it'd be you walking like this through Walmart. She's like, all right, end the podcast. We're done.
I've been here for like an hour and I just know we come at Brit different. I don't know.
Oh.
We always come at Britt like this. We love Britt though.
She'll chime in occasionally and say something, but is your mic on?
Yeah.
Hey,
I just don't have much to say.
hey, Britt, how's your day?
No, every time you ask me this, you cut me off.
I'm not
We
trying to
do.
cut you off. Nobody talk.
My
Britt.
day?
Yeah.
Oh, it's been iffy.
Why?
I don't want to talk about it.
This is why we cut you off. Is because you do.
Yeah, because
that.
you say that and then nothing.
Well, ask me something else then.
How was your week?
Good. We'll say it was good.
Okay. Good and
Good and great. Good and peachy.
like what? What was
No,
good
it
about
really hasn't been that great. It hasn't been a good month for me
oh.
since
Oh,
recent
dang.
activities.
Because you lost your rock, wouldn't it?
Yes. No, it's because I lost my car.
Oh, you lost your
Car,
car?
Yeah,
She
I
got-
wrecked I got in a wreck.
She got yeeted.
Oh, no, that's the worst.
She had your stone on you.
Trevor,
She's into
crystals.
astrology
Stones,
and
huh?
crystals. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Different.
That's
Yeah.
It hits
cool.
different. But I just thought of this too while we were sitting
Oh my-
here.
He said, "That's cool."
It's like a Brit answer. It's like, yeah, that's cool. That's
Oh, I just love
interesting.
the way you said that. That's perfect.
But have you guys ever had custard pie?
No, can't say I have.
It's so bad.
Is this a sex term? Like
No,
pie or
it
something?
should be. No, we did our Theo's taste test this week, and we had they gave us 10 pieces of pie to try. So we each took a bite, and we had 9 banger fucking delicious peanut butter, black rat, like amazing pie. And then they gave us custard pie, dude.
Was it lit?
No.
Isn't custard like a type of pudding or something?
I thought
so too.
I thought it was. Because I heard it like custard. I'm like, oh, this is going to just be like pudding. You know, like just bland pudding. That's what it's going to be. It was like, I don't know, how would you describe that, Johnny?
It smelled like rotten eggs.
Oh, come on now. It's pie. It can't smell like rotten eggs.
Buddy.
Sounds gross.
Buddy.
You can dig it out of the dumpster.
It'll really smell like rotten eggs now.
Maybe it was just old custard.
It's literally just egg pie. Like it's eggs and like made into a pudding.
Who the flying fuck
People love it.
puts eggs on a goddamn
I don't know
pie?
who, but I posted the video and I was like, leave your favorite, pies. And like the first comment was like, my favorite pies from Theo's are the peach when it's in season and custard. And I'm like, oh, this was like the preview of it. I was like, who in their right mind is going to pick custard pie? Did we ever find out was their favorite pie actually custard, like Steve and those guys, or were they just being stupid?
I don't know.
There's no way.
They have like an Oreo pie there, don't they?
Yeah.
What's your favorite type of pie? What is
Our favorite, I think as a whole, it was peanut butter.
Oreo, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, my personal
singular.
favorite.
Speak for yourself.
Mine was peanut butter too. I think I gave peanut butter like a 98 out of 100 or something.
I haven't had a peanut butter pie, but I would definitely try it.
What do you go
Theo's.
for pie wise?
It's got to be that Oreo pie, dude. That
Are we
That
going just
Oreo
out of
pie is
Theo's?
delicious.
Yeah. I've had a really good apple pie before, even though I don't like apple pie very
I
much.
feel like you can't fuck up apple pie.
It's
Like,
theirs is
True.
amazing. If you want to try something different that you've probably never like just been like, I'm going to get this at a restaurant and
Try
it's pie.
custard.
Definitely try that. But try the cherry pie. I don't go and like, I'm not like, I'm going to have cherry pie today. It was good. Like, I'm not usually like, just like, I'm going to eat a cherry guy. It was,
I did have a
Spectacular.
blackberry pie that was
solid.
fucking bomb.
Was it up
one
here?
time. I don't remember where
they
it was
have
at.
they have blackberry too. It's really good. It's all
Might have been
good.
there.
It's all good except custard. That was the only
Everything but custard.
What about
Yeah.
you?
I'd say apple pie probably.
one. Yeah. Apple was really
I think
good.
it's because that's the most common, so that's the most pie. Like
Probably, yeah.
I've had so many different types of apple pie.
Mm.
No, I
Some
can
would
say,
consider me a connoisseur of apple pie.
He's like,
I
"I've had
can
it
say,
here."
like, for sure, I hate pumpkin pie.
You don't like pumpkin pie?
No, but I don't.
Not a fan unless it's got a pound of whipped cream on
Ooh,
See, that's whipped cream with a little bit of pumpkin pie. Is what that is.
I'm a
I can do
pumpkin
that.
pie
If
guy.
I
like
can
me some
only
pumpkin
taste
pie.
whipped cream. I'm good with it.
That's true.
Mm.
But no, I don't like pumpkin things in general, though. Like,
Now, are you adding ice cream to your apple pie? Are you a la mode?
Not every time,
Mm.
but like, I mean, not that I eat a whole lot of pie.
Yeah.
Definitely kidding about the connoisseur apple pie
Right.
going on.
I don't know. I think it just
Uh-huh.
hits different when it's warm and there's a little bit
And
of
then you
ice
get that
cream
little
with
bit of, yeah.
it. Mm.
I do remember there was somebody that had, it was like dark chocolate that they put on top of an apple pie. And that was fucking awesome. Guarantee it was horrible for you, but it was awesome. It tasted so good.
Had to go get some pie.
I'm all about
Yeah.
the dark chocolate,
Yeah,
man.
I'm telling you, if you get a chance, almost anything up at Theo's is going to knock your socks off. And all of it will knock your socks off. One of them in a different way.
I have a random memory that just hit me, but remember I took a girl to Theo's one time.
And she ordered fucking custard pie.
That bitch.
Yeah. No,
Never saw her again.
yeah, I was like, nah, this bitch got custard. She gone.
Was her name Abby?
Yeah.
Nah.
That was, dude, Britt today, she goes, oh, that girl's pretty. And I was like, oh, that's Abby. She's like, oh, never mind. Because she knew.
But she got just a
I
salad.
just
And I
called
was
you out
like,
again.
you don't want
You're gonna
anything
throw
else?
hands with it.
She was like, no, I just want a salad. And I was like, okay, my food comes. And like, I got steak, fries and stuff like that. And then she goes to like grab one of my fries. And like, the thought in my head was, who the fuck do you think you are? Like, you're the one that ordered a salad. Okay. Like, you
Go eat
could have
your
ordered
salad.
fries. Yeah. But I didn't. I let it go. And just in my mind, I was thinking like, why the fuck wouldn't you just order fries? Like, I'm going to eat them if you don't. Like, that's fine.
The first date I ever went on, she was so nervous she ordered like a side fry, and that was all she ordered. And then she's like, "Can I have your food?" And I'm like, Yeah, sure.
Oh, this
That's
wasn't
fine.
like a first date. Like we had went on other
You just-
dates, but it was like,
So
we're gonna go out to eat. We're gonna go to Theo's. So we went there, and then I was like, who the fuck are you? Like, why just a salad? Like,
Oh.
you're gonna take my
So
food?
she can grab your shit when the salad doesn't taste good anymore.
Yeah.
Apparently,
She's like, here, you want to just trade? And you're like, got like a steak. And
Yeah.
no, I'm good, man.
Yeah, I ordered what I wanted. Like I knew I would want this.
Oh,
Grab another fry. You can pay for the bill.
Yeah.
every fry, $5. You start handing like $1 bills to her.
I've only had, I think, 2 girls ever pay for my meal, and I did not like it either time.
Oh man, I wouldn't like that either.
Yeah.
It's weird, but I
it
don't.
has to
I don't
happen,
let
though.
them. Like I'm always like here. But if they make themselves do, it, I'm like, fuck, all right. Like,
Well, one of them, you were there.
yeah. I know.
Dude, that bill was
She
like
was buying us-
$130.
She was buying us drinks, and I was like, it's like, you don't have to do that. I was like, I can like. She's like, no, it's fine. I'm like, fuck it, all right.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, I was like, all right, cool.
I felt so bad. I was like, oh no, that was a high bill. Like I splurged on myself and got like a $40 steak, and I was
Right.
like, I was thinking I was getting me and her. That's what I thought. And then no, she was like, I'm behind the table, and I was
Yeah.
like, what the fuck? Well, I was gone. I was so mad.
I said, can
Were
I
you?
get dessert?
Yeah, I went to the bathroom, and then I come back, and she's already like handed the girl her card, and she was walking off with it. And I was like, what'd you just do? She was like, I bought everybody's food, and I was like, what?
But why?
Yeah, I was like,
For why?
They're not on a date with you.
Am I? Can I be? No.
If you're gonna pay for every meal, I'd like to do it more
Are
often.
you trying to get into
Let me
all
go out
three
tomorrow
of our
too. What'd you say?
pants? So are you trying to get into all 3 of our pants?
That's what I thought you said. What are we running? What, hour 30?
Hour 35.
Ooh,
No shit.
that ain't bad. That's a
Very long.
record for the recent podcast.
No
No.
way.
Yeah.
The actual record is like 3 hours and some change. But
Oh really?
And we just
Yeah.
sat.
you guys just sit here and bullshit for 3
Yeah.
hours?
I
yeah,
don't know how.
we had my buddy Aiden on that I used to live with, and we just kept saying some dumb shit and just kept on
Just
going.
kept
and
it going,
and
just kept rolling.
Yeah.
That's
but
fair.
then we found out that no one listens to 3-hour podcasts.
No.
Yeah.
It's true.
So-
Unless you're Joe Rogan and like,
And it's like the world's top scientist ever.
Yeah.
And you're like, all right, I guess you can have 3 hours of my time.
I mean, he could have like Duncan Trussell or like Theo Vaughn or
Yeah.
one of them on again, and I'll listen to the entire thing from start to finish.
'Cause that shit's funny.
Yeah, dude.
And I'm not Theo Vaughn, so
When they had Theo Vaughn on
Cut it
there and
off
they
at
were
an
doing the
hour.
smelling salts, that was fucking hilarious. He's like, I kind of want to do it again.
That was on the way back from the wedding show, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember you watching that. But
I
yeah,
probably listened to that like 5 times before actually.
we'll cut it out because we like to leave these under 105. But this is
All right.
fine.
Fine,
You done?
sure.
You want to shut up now?
oh, gee.
Yeah, I know. Fucking guy.
No, but no.
Hey, I know somebody that'll beat your ass.
I'll run. I won't.
Ooh. Ooh.
Tucker, can you whip on him for me?
I'll just like
Oh.
disappear, like camera magic. I'm like, what if I was a magician? I'm like, no, you're not. And you throw like a smoke bomb and just disappear.
He does
I
the
had a
dog
buddy
thing.
that-
He'll do the little blanket and run away. I'm like, oh,
You're
fuck,
like,
where'd he go?
what the fuck? I'm like hiding behind.
I had a buddy that would say that all the time. Like, you'd get in an argument with him. He goes, I have someone who will kick your ass. And we're like, who? And he's like, John. And he would just point at him.
I thought it was just gonna be like, dude,
Some random guy.
That's just point at anybody. That guy right there. He's like, what?
Man.
Like, I know someone who will kick your ass. He was always doing it jokingly, but like,
Yeah. Well, tell the people where they can find you. Instagram. Tell them where you want them to follow you at. It'll be like one person. Don't get me wrong.
I won't expect any thousands. Of
Yeah, you're like, wow. I don't know what happened.
They can follow me at trogers_5 on Instagram. Any sponsorship opportunities, hit me up. All my sponsors that still ride with me now, B&B, Sheer Escape, all those good places. Just keep riding with me because we're not done and we're just at the beginning of the journey. So, and thank you guys for having me on, of course.
Mhm.
appreciate you coming on, man. Good time.
Anytime. And you want to sign us off?
Cue the outro.
Well, you got to tell them where to find us. Yeah.
Make sure you guys follow us at otr.pod on Instagram, OTR Cast on Facebook. Again, on Spotify and all that, it's all OTR Cast. Same with YouTube, which I hope you guys like and subscribe.
We're
like
up to
and
50.
subscribe.
We hit 50.
We hit 50?
Yeah.
Hey, did we get 10 comments on the crypto?
We got
No,
one. We got.
Yeah, we didn't get
Hey, he did say he would buy you a case of beer if we talked about crypto for an hour. I'm not saying this episode.
This ain't the episode for it.
Yeah, we might have to hit him back
Yeah.
because
Think about
free
that.
case of Michelob. Dude.
Oh, speaking of, also, we didn't do this episode. I forgot to. He brought us a thing of Blue Flame Moonshine to try. It's like 130 proof.
Well, if
Oh,
it's
wow.
Blue Flame, yeah.
Yeah, and then we got some White Claws too because they had those left over from the wedding.
Sounds gross. I don't want those.
But they were free. What are you gonna
I'm
do?
You can have the White Claws. I'll
I'll
stick
let
with,
Johnny drank
The
them or
burning
something.
moonshine.
yeah.
It's the rough
Shit could
stuff.
run your car.
Fuck yeah. Back in the day, they could.
Oh well, all right. Cue the outro.
Cue the app.
This is probably one of my favorite podcasts so far. It's very funny.